and welcome back to my channel. So I'm really super excited for today's video. Originally it was going to be just a Louis Vuitton reveal. I found an incredible vintage piece that I wanted to reveal to you, but instead I decided to bring a little bit more substance to this video and make it a little bit more informational because you know how much I love information. So if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Catherine and my channel is KWSHOPS. I do videos all about luxury, fashion, and I like to stick a lot to the pre-loved handbag market. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I do new videos every week. A number of people have done videos about best handbag buys under $1,000, under $500, under $2,000. And I noticed that most of the ones that I've seen have all been new bags, so I decided to expand the scope of this video to include the pre-loved market. I think it's so awesome that you can get more bang for your buck when you shop on the pre-loved market. For example, I think I'm looking at my collection right now, and most of my bags that I purchased for under $1,000. Originally, I was gonna make this in under $500 because a lot of them that I'm gonna be showing you are around that price point, but that was sort of limiting, and I wanted to be able to include a lot more bags. So a lot of the ones that I do have on my list are between $700 and $500, and some of them are even less than that. So the bags that I'm mentioning are going to be pre-loved. These are sort of like the market value price points for a lot of these bags. A lot of the time you will be able to find these bags and they'll be either higher or lower than the price that I'm mentioning here. That's not to say that sometimes in better condition they'll go for more than $1,000, or worse condition they'll go for less than whatever price it is that I say, but just this is just sort of like a general price point for a lot of these bags. And the next thing I want to make sure and mention as well is that it is very important when shopping on the pre-loved market to go for reputable sellers. I will leave a list of reputable sellers that I personally have shopped with that I really do trust beyond the shadow of a doubt. If you are interested in some of my tips on shopping on the pre-loved market, I will leave a video I did all about that topic down below. It was my pre-loved buying guide. I also did one for selling as well, so like I said, I will leave a link to that video down below so you can watch it and enjoy it and get a few tips. So now for the bag that started this video. I'm so excited about this bag. This bag has been on my wish list for such a long time, and I have to say I almost felt like it was impossible to find. I almost gave up and settled. And one thing about the pre-loved market is that if you're looking for something very specific, do not settle, because there is always another one out there and you will be able to find it. You just have to be patient. So the bag on my wish list is Louis Vuitton Saint Cloud. And this is a vintage bag. It was in production, I want to say from between maybe like 1986 and 2000 or so. I could be wrong, but those are just a lot of the date codes that I did see. Came in 3 sizes. There was the PM, MM, and the GM. And what I was looking for was very, very specific. Number 1, I wanted it to come from the year that I was born. And number 2, I wanted it to be the larger size. Most of the ones that I've seen out there on the pre-loved market were the MM size, and I found so many of every single year except the one that I was born. I saw plenty of like 88s. I was born 1990, by the way. I saw so many 1986s, so many 1994s. There was so many of those, and most of the ones available on the pre-loved market were the MM size, I believe. And I looked at it, and there was a few times where I really almost hit the button and purchased that one, but I knew that seeing it modeled on some other people, I knew that it was going to be a bit too small for me. It was like a sign. The day that I hit 10,000 subscribers was my dad's birthday, and then I was scrolling through Poshmark and I found this bag. I think it was just so meant to be. So this is the bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Saint Cloud vintage in the GM size in monogram canvas with vachetta leather trim. As a reference, I am 5 feet and 8 inches tall, and this is just going to be the perfect little like everyday casual bag for me. And well, so really quickly about the bag, I will leave the measurements to it down below, but this is, like I said, the GM size. It has monogram canvas with vachetta leather trim. There's a button snap closure here. It's not magnetic or anything, but it does just sort of It's just sort of a push button closure. It's lined with the signature cowhide leather. It has an interior zipped pocket and a back pocket as well. I absolutely am in love with this bag, and the very best part is that my stipulation for this bag was only for it to be made in 1990, and I got one better. This bag was actually has a date code of December 1990. So I am just so, something about that I think is so cool. It really just completely exceeded my expectations for this bag. This bag, especially the older models, are known, excuse me, the vintage, a lot of these vintage bags are known to have peeling inside of the back pocket, and this one does have some. You're not going to be able to see that, but it really isn't the end of the world, and considering that there's not really that much patina on the leather either. There was some cracking on these straps, and the leather does feel like it's very aged and very dry, and as you can see here, yeah, and it does feel really dry, so I'm gonna try and moisturize it. It also came with this shoulder, I don't know what these are called. Please let me know if you know what these are called. Shoulder strap protector thing, but it's a little bent, and I just sort of thought it was unnecessary, so I took mine off, and I'm just gonna go without it. Another thing to combat the dryness, I have left the strap on the longest setting, and that is long enough for me to wear it crossbody if I choose to, but I don't really wear so much crossbody. Louis Vuitton Saint Cloud in the GM and the MM size generally go for from between $350 to $500. This one I purchased on Poshmark for $400. Absolutely could not be happier with it. This is probably the best $400 I think I've ever spent, especially on a handbag. I mean, have I bought a handbag for $400? No, I haven't. The sentimental value and the practicality of it alone are worth a lot more than $400 to me, so that makes me even happier that I was able to find it at this price. So the next one I'm going to talk to you about is one that I did purchase maybe a year ago, and it ended up not working out for me, but I do still think that it is an incredible bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Pochette Twin. This is a envelope flap bag with a detachable leather strap that you can carry this bag as a clutch, or also carry it crossbody. This one also comes in the PM size and a GM size. I definitely would opt for the GM just because you are, you know, able to fit more into it. At the time, I think it was a little bit too small for me, but now I feel like since I am able to go a lot more minimal, and I have a lot more SLGs and things like that that allow me to do so, I think it would work better for my collection. I do think this is such an incredible bag. If you are in the market, for example, for the Louis Vuitton favorite, and if you want to save a little bit of money, this bag generally goes for around $350 to $450. I think this is such a great buy if you're looking for a small Louis Vuitton bag. So the next one is one that's sort of on my list. It's definitely one that I am on the lookout for at the moment. This is and I hope I don't butcher the pronunciation of this, but the Louis Vuitton Batignolles. I hope I didn't kill that, but I'll insert a picture of it here. This is a monogram canvas tote bag with trim, just, you know, standard Louis Vuitton, but it looks really practical for every day. They definitely do come in different degrees of wear, and one thing I noticed about this bag is that you can tell that people really did use and love this bag, because some of the ones you find on the pre-loved market are used and worn. But you are able to find one in, you know, relatively good condition. It should run you about $500 to $600. I think that is such a great buy for something that is just so practical. It sits on the shoulder, and it's a little bit smaller than, you know, maybe close to the size of a PM Neverfull, but without, you know, the proportion being looking funny, because I think the proportions on the Neverfull PM just look really strange, and this one sort of like masks that. So if you're looking for a Damier Ebene bag, I would definitely point you towards the Louis Vuitton Chelsea or the Westminster. Those Damier Ebene for some reason tends to go for more money than the regular canvas. These bags tend to run from maybe $800 to $900, but they definitely are under $1,000. They both are shoulder bags, and I'm pretty sure they both have a zipper. I'm sort of confusing one for the other at the moment in my head, but I'll include pictures to them here. you're looking for a really convenient, everyday comfortable tote bag that can fit a whole bunch of stuff in it, but maybe perhaps doesn't have the logo, you will spend a little bit more, but you can still definitely find one under $1,000. This next one is really a classic, and it's a bag that I really love. It is the Louis Vuitton Noé bucket bag. They run in a number of sizes and different materials. Specifically, I'm looking at the Louis Vuitton Epi leather. It isn't so it isn't so flashy as like having the monogram ones, and generally speaking the Epi bags will run for a lot less money than the monogram canvas, but I guess the canvas is more popular. But the Louis Vuitton Epi leather is just so indestructible. I have seen bags that are almost 30 years old made of Epi leather, and they just look like they could be 5 years old. The Epi leather is just such great quality, and it just really wears in very, very well. I mean, different sizes will be different prices, but I have seen them as from maybe 400 all the way up to maybe like maybe 600 in the Epi leather, and they may be a bit more in the monogram canvas. I'm not sure, but I will try to leave some links to a few if I can find any. This is a classic, and it is really another one that if you sort of are looking for a never full, if you were to get the GM size of this bag, you will definitely be able to carry a ton of stuff in it, and you know, it cinches in, so it doesn't it's not as big and massive as a never full, but you can still fit a ton of stuff in it. Another really popular item is the Louis Vuitton, the pochette to the Neverfull. A lot of the time people will buy the Neverfull and sell the small pochette as a standalone item. It works as a wristlet, and it's very flat and very large, so you can definitely carry it sort of nighttime if that's what you're going for. You can also use it as a pochette inside of your bag. It fits a ton. I know that it will fit a phone, and maybe if you have a small compact wallet and, you know, some chapstick, lipstick, keys, whatever. It really is a great piece, and I sort of have my eye on one as well, but those will typically go for, I would say I've seen them from between $350 and $450. So I think I've covered a ton of Louis Vuittons. So now I'm going to go into a few other designers that also will run you, that also you can find at great price points on the pre-loved market. So the first one is one that I actually had in my collection, and that is the Balenciaga Part-Time. Balenciaga is such a classic brand. If you're into handbags, then you know what Balenciaga is, but they're not flashy and showy, and they don't have, you know, logos and monograms all over them and everything. But anyone who knows fashion will know a Balenciaga bag when they see one. The city bag for some reason is more popular and does tend to go for more, but this bag, the Part-Time, is so similar to it, except in my opinion it's a little bit better because the straps actually do sit on your shoulder, so you don't have to carry it on your arm. These tend to run for, I've seen them usually between the 700 to 500 range, and I just think they are great looking bags. And if you are sort of in the market for the Balenciaga city bag, then definitely consider the Part-Time because they are so similar and you can get them for almost half the price. So the next one is, if you've been watching my channel for the last few months, then you know how much I love this bag, and I cannot sing enough praises of it. It is one that I do have in my collection, and it is the Tom Ford Mini Jennifer bag. There is definitely not enough information out there about this bag, and I really want to change that because I think it is just so incredible. These retail at about $2,000, and they do still make it. I think I purchased this from the Real maybe 2 years ago, and I think it might have been $900. So definitely on the pricier side. But it does still fall under the $1,000 mark. This is just has been such a great bag for me. I love the color and everything. They do, I don't know if this specific color is still in production, but they do make a number of other colors. I've seen like grays and beiges, black, a whole bunch of other colors, and I will link it down below. But as a minimal bag, this has been absolutely perfect for me. It's great looking, and there's been so many times where I've looked at getting like some of the Chloe bags, and because I have this, I feel like that style is already represented. So the fact that I am dissuaded from buying other bags because I have this one, I think is just awesome. One thing I've mentioned before in my videos is that I'm a sucker for great design. and this bag really is designed very, very well. It's so spacious even though it's really tiny. These zippers undo and you can expand it here. I've done a review of this bag, so if you want to see it, I will leave it down below. From the amount of times that I've been able to wear it and that I have worn it, definitely it is worth it, and I saved a ton of money and, you know, was able to stay under my $1,000 budget and get something that I really truly loved. That's probably been the biggest surprise love for me is that bag. So next is Gucci, and Gucci is having a huge moment right now. We all know and love a lot of the things that Gucci is putting out, and I love that the Gucci monogram is definitely more in style right now. But the Gucci monogram they have been using for what, I don't know, since the 70s, and finding vintage bags on the pre-loved market is really incredible. I don't even know where to start. There are so many different bags that not only go for under $1,000, but will go for like under 500, under 200 sometimes. You can find really great pieces with the Gucci monogram logo that are vintage or pre-loved. I don't know the names of some of the Gucci bags, but a lot of the canvas tote bags, tote and shoulder bags, you'll be able to easily find for around the $500 to $600 mark. There isn't really one that I can steer you towards, but just generally speaking, the canvas, you know, shoulder bags that are just really easy to wear will run you between $500 and $600. You can also find some vintage smaller bags, and those are the ones that there are just so many deals to be had out there. They're so cute and comfortable to wear, and, you know, just small crossbody camera style bags, and they will, I've seen them for mostly in the $300 range, but you can find them for a lot less than that if you look hard enough. And the next is YSL. The YSL bag that I'm speaking of is called the YSL Downtown Tote. But it is another really great practical shoulder bag that holds a ton of stuff in it. It has a whole bunch of zippers to like adjust it and sort of change the shape, and there's just a ton of outside pockets, and it sits really easily on the shoulder. It can carry a ton of stuff. This bag, I don't know why, but you can find them very, very easily for like $300, $400. Sometimes they will be much higher than that, and sometimes they'll be even less than that, honestly. But I mean, even at $800, I think that's still a really practical bag. But a lot of the time, yeah, you will see them for $300 bucks. I just think it's so incredibly practical, and even though, you know, that may not be in style anymore, I think this was like a bag from maybe like 2006, 2007. When a bag is that practical, it doesn't matter if it's in style or not, honestly. That's one that I definitely have my eye on, and I would carry, and I know I would carry that bag. Okay, so those were my top 10 pre-loved bags under $1,000. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, but I am going to include one bonus. This is not a pre-loved bag. I mean, it can be, but this, and the one that I do want to mention, is the Gucci Soho Disco bag. I really could not do a list of bags under $1,000 without including the Gucci Soho Disco bag. But this bag retails at $980, I want to say, and it is really just great and practical. And if you're on the pre-loved market, they do tend to sell for very close to the retail price, and I'm not someone who likes to buy close to retail. Sometimes you will find them at like $700 to $750, but generally speaking, they sell for like $850. And me personally, I would rather take the extra $150 and buy it from the store. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that it helps steer you towards bags that are if you are on a budget. I am loving my Saint Cloud. This is easily the best $400 I've ever spent on a handbag, and I really, really do recommend it. I just think that the fact that it has the sentimental value, because, you know, this bag and I are the same age. Do you guys think that that's really cool? Because I think there's just nothing cooler than having a Louis Vuitton bag that is the same age as you. Maybe a Chanel, but honestly, I still like this one better. I could not be happier with being able to purchase this bag, and I just can't believe that I was able to find it. So me and this bag are both from December of '90, and I think that is just really, really cool. So I hope you enjoyed my list. So if you have any other suggestions of bags that fall under the $1,000 mark on the pre-loved market, or even on the retail market, please let me know in the comments down below what your picks are. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you back. I do videos once a week all about luxury, and I like to really focus on the pre-loved market because I think that, as you can tell, that there are a ton of incredible things that you can find. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!